Hello, welcome back to the Last Brain Cell. I'm here with Sam,
Hello.
and we are continuing our adventure through the Revival Who tier list.
Yeah,
We've been
we've
having
got
fun.
we have been having fun and we've talked a lot and I I I'm dreading more about the era after this one.
If
Um
I hate the Chibnall era. Okay, that's a strong word.
that's
I
strong.
heavily dislike the Chris Chibnall era of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
If I remember more of it than you do, then I'm going to be shocked.
Uh I think I know season 12 series 12 is where my memory sort of fades more with it,
Okay.
but I remember a decent amount of it. I remember when I watched um this era for the first time because I remember when last video we talked about Twice Upon a Time
Yeah.
and how I caught that on TV. That was the last time I watched Doctor Who properly on TV until Arachnids in the UK. And
Hmm.
then because back then really enjoyed it, I then went back the previous episodes and watched those and kind of forgot it existed until kind of not uni, college started, and I met
Yeah.
you, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
That was my
Doctor
fault.
Who's still on.
That was my fault because we were talking about it in the
We
library.
were in the library,
And that was
yeah.
when I found out you hated the 12th Doctor.
How times have changed for better.
Yeah. If it had been for me
Um,
and Rodney begging you to watch it again.
yeah, like I think I think it was like, oh, what? It was either, yeah, I think it was at the beginning or of 2020 that I actually properly started watching series one, I
Hmm.
think. Or it was the end of 2020. It was either the beginning or the end of 2020 where I started
Right.
probably watching all of Doctor Who. But we're getting sidetracked. Let's talk about Whittaker specifically. Woman Who Fell to Earth.
Right. It's a big change.
Very big.
A lot of big changes. New everything is new again.
New visuals. They've upgraded but also downgraded in a way.
It's a new aspect ratio in 2:1. What do you think of that?
I don't mind it for Chibnall era.
I
I
think
think it
I
works.
think it's fine sometimes. I miss 16:9.
I think 16 by 9 is the way to go with Doctor
Doctor
Who and a
Who,
lot of
yeah.
shows. I'm not keen on the fact that 2 by 1 is like the standard now.
Me neither.
It's because Netflix set that precedent for it um with House of Cards when it came out. And that was
Mm.
like the first like proper big show that used 2 by 1. So since then it's just been infecting television, unfortunately.
It's just such a strange aspect ratio for TV.
It's trying to be too much like films, but when you put 2 by 1 aspect ratio into 16 by 9, like you zoom in, it just looks better.
Yeah.
And you accept that. I feel like 16 by 9 is like you're watching TV, you're getting lower budget.
Yeah.
And I wish that was stayed because when you're seeing 2 by 1, you're thinking, oh, this is going to be higher production value, which most of the time it's not. It's still cheap.
It's like the same thing, but just with bars on the top and bottom.
And it just doesn't work.
No.
Mm.
Um, it
But
feels very different.
I think what I enjoy about Whittaker's era is the tone and the vibe. It still has that kind of fun atmosphere to it and that intrigue
Mm.
of like previous series. But
There's a part of it that doesn't feel like it should be on the BBC.
yeah,
It feels like it's produced by different people entirely.
it feels at a lot of times like a completely different show,
Yeah.
which isn't a bad thing, but it doesn't have a lot of like the typical attributes that I associate Doctor Who with,
No.
which I think it needed.
Mm.
And I think the current era does better than this.
Mm.
But what have you felt of it? I think it's an okay introduction to 13.
It's a decent. It's fine. It gets a bit slow.
I feel like this could have benefited for the entirety of Chibnall eras. It needed a second draft or another draft. The writers' room
Yeah.
needed more work on these scripts because there's like you can see there's elements of care going into it. There's like there are like actual decent things, but a lot of the time you find yourself going, "Why is this happening?"
Yeah.
Like it's just there's I mean like I don't know if I can really talk about this first season without just saying you might as well watch the JXE video because that goes into it very well and says everything that
Yeah.
I would probably say about the
Ve-
era.
Very good video. The characters' dialogue and reactions don't feel natural
They don't have any.
because you have that bit where the Doctor wipes Ryan's phone, and his
Mm.
reaction is just, "No, I've got stuff on there."
After being told that he has a bomb in his neck.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody
Yeah,
even
like
mentions that.
they just they unfortunately
Were
stand
they
around.
bombs? Were they actually bombs?
Yeah, they were actually bombs.
Oh,
Yeah, the tension and the threat level just vanishes a lot of the time.
yeah, because they don't act like real people. They don't talk like real people either.
I yeah, it's a shame because I think this cast could have done a pretty decent job.
Yeah,
This era could have been pretty decent, but it's just mostly to do with the scripts.
it's a shame because this episode is sort of as good as the series gets.
I think there's better episodes in this first series of hers.
Mm,
I I think what I like about it and is the like is very brief and very minimal is the how different the companions are and their backgrounds. You have somebody who's a police officer, which is interesting, and that's a cool dynamic between the Doctor. But we don't get any conflict because Yaz is pretty much the Doctor, unfortunately.
I mean, there's no disagreement really, is there? It's
Yeah,
just sort of
there's no disagreement, there's no conflict between anybody, and I think I it can work there being this many characters. It
yeah,
can work, but going into it straight away, you're having four side characters who are potential companions, and also introducing your new Doctor.
yeah,
I don't think you need to do that. I don't think, and also I think the problem is with this is they have too much focus on the plot and too much focus on the aliens rather than the characters. And you in a lot of the first episodes for Doctors, there's not really much emphasis on the plot. There's just more emphasis on the characters and what's going on with them. David Tennant's first episode, you know, there is like a supposed invasion, but the main focus is on Rose and her kind of just witnessing and trying to understand Ten,
yeah.
and then Ten having time to shine.
It feels like the episode is struggling to balance everything it's trying to introduce.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I also I, I also really wish the dynamic between Ryan and Graham was slightly more, slightly deeper, and Graham at times just has a go at Ryan for
yeah,
stupid
that
reasons.
scene where he goes, "Are you gonna blame this on the dyspraxia?" I feel like people gloss past that.
It doesn't work
I
for the
I
scene.
I watched the episode probably about a year ago now, and that scene just sort of took me by surprise because like it's just such a
'Cause
weird thing to write.
I wish we were shown that Ryan may be like a troublemaker character, which would be a reason why Graham would say that. But we don't see that. He just has dyspraxia and is struggling with that. Like
Yeah,
the arc could have been for Graham was he's just incredibly impatient.
Yeah, but
And
they don't do that. Then they suddenly turn him into this nice, warm figure, don't they?
yeah, I again another session in the writers' room. A lot of these problems could have been resolved,
Yeah,
but yeah,
they
there's
weren't.
there is something here, but unfortunately we don't get that something. And the next episode after it is even worse.
In places, the woman who fell to Earth is fine. Some of it is
Yes.
quite enjoyable, but episode
It,
two is like nothing
episode,
good.
again, I feel like this is where Chibnall vaguely shines as concepts for episodes. You have a space race, and the TARDIS ends up being the reward. That's a cool concept. The Rosa Parks episode, another cool concept. You have so many episodes of cool concepts that just aren't done well at all and go in a direction I don't think anybody would see coming because they're just that stupid and don't line up at all. And I think Chibnall would have been far better if he was given his own sci-fi show to make because it feels more Red Dwarf or Terry Pratchett than it does Doctor Who
I,
most
I,
of the
I just
time.
don't know how Chibnall can write genuinely good stuff when it isn't Doctor Who.
Yeah,
But when
Broadchurch,
it comes to
fantastic.
Doctor Who, a lot of the time he fumbles the bag. I
Yeah.
don't get it.
Like, I've not seen all of Broadchurch. I've seen the entire first series. It's really good, and it's just unfortunate.
I would say it was probably the pressure on him that he had that was probably the problem. But he's
Yeah,
been open about not listening to criticism, so I can't really defend that.
I can't defend that either.
Yeah.
It's just a shame. A lot of this series is a shame. I don't think we need to talk too much about
No.
a lot of these episodes, but Ghost Monument is worse in every way.
There's
Um,
no there's nothing exciting.
no, there isn't.
The bit where the doctor's saying, "Do you see why I don't like guns?" after Ryan uses one to threaten whatever the fuck the things are.
He shoots a bunch of robots, and for some reason, because he plays COD, he can aim well. He shoots all of them, but they come back to life.
What I
And
don't like, yeah.
it doesn't work because the Doctor never saw that happen.
Not only that, but
So
what I don't like about it is that it's provoking them, and the doctor says that's the reason as to why she doesn't like guns being used, which is not right. That's
yeah,
not the reason. The reason is the doctor doesn't like things being shot and killed.
yeah. And like I can't remember the last time the Doctor cared about a robot dying. So
Well, I
um
mean, in the revival, the doctor really does care.
yeah. Ghost Monument bad. The Rosa Parks episode has moments where it could be a good episode, but
I
the
can't get into the
villain
Rosa Parks episode. That fucking awful song at the end.
the song's awful.
I hate that.
Also, it tries to basically say Rosa Parks is one of the biggest core reasons as to why this movement happened, where in actual fact is there's many other stories in history before Rosa Parks and during Rosa Parks, and just sidelines. It doesn't even mention them at all, which is ridiculous.
I don't like the ending of it where
Oh,
they name an asteroid after Rosa Parks,
oh yeah.
and then they're stood in a row looking at a monitor.
And the Doctor's given a lecture. It's
Literally,
boring.
she's literally a teacher in this episode. I don't know what to
She,
say.
it's so it's so boring and doesn't let you think
No,
at
it
all.
doesn't.
And it's not
Um,
helpful for younger children who's watching this. They're being told it instead of learning it for themselves.
mm.
Um, Also, the villain in this episode is so boring. He's just a space racist.
There's nothing to him. They don't give him any depth. There's no reason to him.
And most of the companions are just stuck hiding for the entire episode. And I'm just like, be active, do something.
I mean, I kind
Like,
of get why, two of them can't, because
I, I, I get why, but like both of them seem so determined to like push this and be like, no, I'm not going to back down. And and they don't let them do anything. They just have them hide, and it's just boring.
um,
And
I
it's
don't.
just a it's a weird message.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too long on Series 11, but
That's fair.
what do we? What are some? What is there like a genuinely good episode in your opinion?
I think there's two like adequate at best episodes
Hmm.
that I can watch with pretty much most enjoyment without being irritated too much by dialogue and characters and whatnot. Um, and that is Demons of the Punjab and The Witchfinders.
Okay.
There's a few points in both of those episodes where the plot is dumb and characters are dumb, but I I don't let that kind of irritate me too much, and I try to kind of just enjoy it for the ride. Witchfinders is fun and a less offender of this.
Hmm.
Um, where Demons of the Punjab, there's a massive plot hole and a forced subversion of expectations that doesn't land well and just seems pointless. But both, and also the characters in Demons of the Punjab are really well written, really interesting people to learn about.
Okay.
Um,
I don't remember a lot of those episodes because I skipped the Witchfinders.
that's fair. I
Um,
haven't seen all of Saranga Conundrum, and I've tried to watch it 5 times, including for videos to talk about.
Kablam could have been so much better.
Kablam could have been good. Um,
Yeah. Lee Mack's in it. He gets killed within 5 minutes.
it's so bad. It's like, hey, big corporation's bad, but you know what's even worse? The underpaid, slaved workers who decide to plant a bomb in, but the doctor's okay with them blowing up. It's dumb. I hate it.
It doesn't. I don't know why the Doctor takes that stance.
No, it's the Doctor has always been on the side of the oppressor and against the oppressed. That's how it's
Looking out
always
for the
been.
little guy.
Yeah, it's the easiest example is the Silurians.
Yeah.
The Doctor is trying to understand the Silurians and do understand what they're doing, learning that they're natives of Earth, and they're just like they're not technically doing anything wrong and technically shouldn't be thrown out of here.
Yeah.
And then spoilers, Brigadier blows them up and sets a rocky relationship between the Doctor and the Brigadier
And that
after that
lasts.
moment.
That never goes away.
No, it lasts so long.
Yeah.
Um,
And you get the Doctor and Brigadier calling each other stupid like so many times, and you know,
yeah, their relationship just changes from that point on.
yeah, and I love that
Which
sort of thing
which this series can't do because it doesn't understand
because it has
characterization.
to be all nice and happy clappy.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Got to keep them vibes up.
all the other episodes are bad. The about the Battle of Ranskoav Kolos is not a finale, but I
No,
think
it's not.
everyone agrees with that. It's oh god, it's a nothing episode.
I
Um,
remember I was in secondary school at the time, and my English teacher was talking about it, and he was just sort of saying, why was that written?
oh,
Why did they do that?"
um, and there's and
What
was there a Christmas special or anything for this one?
Resolution, which was New Year's Day 2019.
New Year's Day.
It was the Dalek episode, you know, where they melt it with a microwave.
Oh yeah, I don't mind Resolution. I like the kind of concept they play around with the Daleks.
It's fine the
Uh,
Dalek latching onto somebody and forcing them to build casing.
yeah.
That stuff is fine. I'm trying to think about what actually happened. There's a really long scene with Ryan and his dad, who they randomly introduce.
Oh yeah, and it could have been when I was watching, I was like, oh, this could be really good, and it just ended up being awful.
I genuinely looked away from my screen for about 5 minutes, and when I went back to watch it, the scene was still happening.
It's a long scene for no reason.
Yeah, and I feel like this sort of thing could have been drip fed
Yeah.
rather than just it being had out in one long scene.
Hmm. Hold
I don't
on.
know,
I
that
need
it
to
doesn't feel like there's any tension.
I need to
Or
mute
reason.
something quickly. Right, there
Okay.
we go. Um, yeah, it's just dumb. Um,
That's all I remember from that episode.
yeah.
Dalek gets melted by microwave. Happy New Year, everybody. See you in
Happy New Year.
2020.
So Demons of the Punjab, Witchfinders, and Resolution are the three episodes that I vaguely enjoy in Jodie Whittaker's first series. And
I'm glad that you've enjoyed some.
I see, because I do like 13. I she has like the wacky elements of 11 that I really like, and I just like her vibe. I also like her outfit.
Hmm.
But she isn't characterized well enough, and I don't like her social anxiety.
I liked her to begin with, but she gets a little bit annoying.
She does, and it's mostly to do with the writing
Yeah.
and the direction for her acting for the character.
They keep making her ask questions.
It's I don't mind that because it feels like they want to go like a detective route with her doctor, but
But
they
it's
don't
almost
do
like
that.
it's like every second line is a question.
Yeah, it's it feels I don't know. Um,
Not a good series. Not a great Doctor. Companions aren't good. I
if
can't get into it.
if we because all the companions in their own right can be good. They can be if the writing was done well. But I feel like having three companions to begin with in 10 episodes as well doesn't work.
Mm.
Um, I would have loved to put this series up higher, but I just can't.
Yeah, I don't think it warrants anything higher.
Um,
Series
Series
12.
12.
It's still not good, but
It's still not
there are
good.
some better episodes in this, I suppose.
There are some better episodes. Spyfall Part 1 being one of them. I remember watching this and really enjoying my time.
I like the James Bond spoof. The spy stuff is fine. I enjoy
Yeah,
some of that.
the Master is, pretty decent in it.
He's
Um,
all right. I think he goes
I
over the top.
I think he goes over top in a few places, but I don't really mind it in this episode
Mm,
because he's finding his footing as the character.
yeah.
Um, the first part is fun, and it's the best thing we've been given in this era. The
It is
problem,
probably the most fun
Mm,
episode in this era so far, but
yeah,
I don't. There's something about it that's stopping me from enjoying the majority of it.
and has an incredibly racist moment.
The Doctor literally just sends Nazis to attack the Master, and then why would
Just
the Doctor ever, in any situation, go out of their way to have somebody get attacked? Not to mention the Master. I
yeah,
don't think the Doctor would have done that with the Master of all people,
like
if
it
anybody.
because when she removes his temporal thingy, whatever, the veil. It's just like she doesn't need to do that. She's already won because she's kind of called those offers on him, saying he's a spy or whatever. You
Mm.
didn't need to go the extra mile and be like, now we'll see the real you. Like it's just insane. Like her telling that Nazis that he's a spy and all that. Cool, that's fine. She's trying to get away, trying to save people, and trying to stop him. She knows the Master will get out of that situation. But it's okay. Anyway, I need to move on before I run
Yeah.
any
Let's
longer.
do that. What comes after this episode?
Orphan 55.
We'll skip that. What comes after that episode? Oh, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror. I don't mind it. It's
The only
okay.
thing, the only thing I like about it was the fact that they finally wore costumes of the time period, and that's it.
Fair enough.
It's so
I'm
boring.
interested in Nikola Tesla, so
The episode is so dry and so bland.
I might need to rewatch it, but I remember enjoying it a fair bit.
It's like a McDonald's burger, but you strip away all of you strip away the sauce, the cheese, and everything, and it's just like
No. It's it's a
bun.
McDonald's burger with all the trimmings, but it's a veggie burger,
Exactly.
which is still good, but it could be better.
What's your version? For me, it's like the burger that's been left on the side for a while.
Oh,
Yeah, I
blimey.
really dislike the episode.
I don't think it's too bad. I think the villain is too close to the Rachnos. I'm not a fan of that.
I completely. Is the villain like a spider or something?
Similar. Big scorpion lady.
Hmm. Uh,
They bring back the forget where that's going because I forgot the name of it. It doesn't matter.
the thing. It doesn't matter. Um, and an episode that I want to love. I want to love this episode so badly, but there's so many stupid moments and poor dialogue and characterization.
Fugitive.
Fugitive the
Yeah.
Jadoon. The Fugitive Doctor is one of my favorite doctors. Her outfit, the Joe Martin does a great performance. Her TARDIS is awesome, and all like the little things and like some of her past is so interesting. And and then you hit bedrock because it goes no deeper, and it turns out, hey,
I
this doctor was the first one or something before Hartnell.
why do the Jadoon have mohawks in this episode?
I don't wanna.
Look, I like the Fugitive Doctor. I think it's funny that she's slightly more interesting than the incumbent Doctor, but anyway.
Yeah, she's. I really wish Joe Martin just was the Doctor,
Yeah,
and
I would have
because it would have
rather
been
I would
so
have
much
rather
better.
we had a full series of her.
And a full series of her with her backstory. It could have been a really interesting series if the story was told non-linear with Fugitive Doctor learning through her story backwards. That could have been really interesting.
It'd be nice if we didn't know where she comes in they because she's obviously from the Doctor's past, which I'm not a
Mm.
fan of because that means, you know, making her probably pre-Hartnell, and I'm not a fan of that.
I don't mind her being pre-Hartnell. I just wish there was a good solid reason as to why and why the Doctor's memories were lost.
I think it
And they
would. Hmm.
and they don't give that reason, which is why I think me and you and a lot of people have an issue with that.
I think what would have made it slightly more interesting if they didn't, if they sort of made it so that she could be in the future as well.
Yeah. They didn't need to answer it.
No, they didn't.
And
They didn't need to expand on the Doctor's origins either.
yeah.
And
And
I don't like that the Doctor. This comes later, but it is part of the thing. But I don't like that the Doctor is the sort of foundation of regeneration of Time Lords. I hate
I
that
hate
so
that.
much.
And I hate that. And it's an issue that I had with series 3 with the Doctor Jesus moment. It's making the Doctor seem like this holy figure. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not the point
If
of
anything,
Doctor Who.
The Doctor is a rebellious sore thumb.
Yeah. Like the runt of the family.
Yeah, the
Like the
Doctor escaped.
outcast.
The Doctor is an outcast who escaped with the TARDIS and went off to have adventures. The
Yeah.
Doctor is no way the foundation of regeneration. Like,
I hate that.
absolutely ridiculous. It's because it's fan fiction. It feels like it's fan
It
fiction.
it feels like fan fiction. What I would have been fine with Timeless Child as an arc if it was a comic book that wasn't canon. But
Hmm.
it being in mainline story, no, it has no place of being here.
No.
Any addition we've had to the Time Lords or anything since Hellbent has been god awful,
Yeah.
and we don't need anything else. And honestly, I don't care if Gallifrey came back or anything because it gets destroyed and comes back multiple times. Like, but it comes to a point where you don't need to mention Gallifrey, or when you show it, you don't have it come back for a very long time.
Yeah.
We didn't need for it to be destroyed.
Captain
um
Jack's in it for about a few minutes.
oh yeah.
John Barrowman is just the same as usual.
Yeah,
There's
fine.
nothing really bad about Captain Jack in this episode except he is literally just there to distract you from the fact that the story is heavily flawed, but there we go.
Yeah. Also, I hate the fact that Joe Martin's exterior is the police box.
Because that really messes with it.
It didn't need to be a police box. It could have been something else.
Yeah, because
And
it being a police box means that she can't possibly be before Hartnell, because it broke and got stuck as a police box while William Hartnell was the Doctor. So that is
exactly.
quite literally not possible.
Or better yet, a alternate timeline Doctor, alternate universe, whatever.
It's funny
That
because
could have been fine.
they do talk about multiverses in flux,
Yeah.
but they don't make the connection that is quite obviously could have been done. But it
Mm.
doesn't matter anymore because it happened.
It doesn't matter. The next two episodes, I'm gonna skip Praxis and Can You Hear Me?
Yeah,
They're
there's nothing to say about
the
those
worst of the
episodes.
worst. Haunting of Villa Diodati.
A genuinely decent episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
A
it then and I enjoy it now.
I enjoyed it then, I enjoy it now. Please bring back Maxine Alderton to write Doctor Who.
It's not perfect by any means, but
I think
I feel like it is worthy of being called a good Doctor Who episode.
it is a good Doctor Who episode. What holds it back from being great is because it's tied to the confines of the two-part finale, so the last 5 minutes are the weakest by far. Like,
I sort of agree, but I really like the stuff with the lone Cyberman.
I also like the Lone Cyberman.
He can be quite terrifying sometimes.
He could be. Um, but it's the only good episode in this series, and still probably one of the two or three actual good episodes in Jodie's era,
Yeah,
which is
I agree
very
with
sad
that.
to say.
It is sad to say.
I love all the characters in this. This is this is this episode shows you that multiple characters in an episode can work really well if you have an actual decent writer. And Maxine Alderton is a pretty good writer when
She
you
is very
when you
good.
have the Doctor, three companions, and then a bunch of side characters, and giving every single one of those side characters moments to like show their character, and there's so much conflict in this episode between all of them, and it's really interesting to watch. This episode is also scary, which I do like.
Yeah,
Um,
it's good stuff.
good
Which
stuff.
is incredibly rare.
Um, I think I don't think we need to really discuss essentially the Cybermen Times Children.
We have done that, so
We
we
have
can
done that,
move
and we've
on.
done that in previous videos.
Then they try and do the what thing that David Tennant did in his finales.
Yeah. Also, the Daleks being 3D printed.
Oh
Why?
God, I keep
It.
forgetting about that, but then you keep reminding me of that.
I loved the Time Lord Cybermen in Timeless Children. I love them. They're such a cool design. And then the next episode, you get 3D printed Daleks, which the design isn't too bad. Why though?
I like the design of the Cybermasters and the Cybermen.
Mm.
In those stories.
I will say, the visuals of Revolution of the Daleks is pretty good.
Yeah, I can't remember where I saw this, but I watched a video of somebody talking about the cameras they were using, and apparently those
Mm.
cameras in that episode were the same ones they were using for Series 5.
Wow,
I didn't even notice that. Couldn't tell.
that's pretty based.
But it's apparently the only episode that does that after Series 5. So I don't know
Oh.
why, but yeah, there we
Mm.
go.
Um.
I guess it was just a creative decision.
Before we do put this in one of the spots, just remembered that Ryan's arc is to be able to throw a
Basketball,
hoop at
yes. And
basketball.
his resolution is him throwing a ball on
A
Gallifrey or
bomb,
something. A
a
bomb.
bomb onto Cyberman.
It wasn't even on
I don't.
Gallifrey, it was outside of the port, wasn't it?
Yeah, so dumb.
It's like
But
It's
anyway,
like Chibnall went, oh yeah, I need to write something about that. My bad.
I think it's better
It is.
than
It has better stuff than Series 11, but it's still far from a good
I
series.
think I enjoy the vibes and the atmosphere of Series 11 more than
Mm,
Series 12. But Series 12 just has a better writing
mm.
somehow. But getting on to the best of the Whittaker era,
Well, the strongest.
well, the strongest,
Well,
the
well, well,
strongest,
well, the most not bad series of the Jodie Whittaker era.
and the first time I actually watched all of a series run on TV for Doctor Who again, that was weird. Um, Halloween Apocalypse, fun episode, not good by any
Bit
means.
cringe. I'm not keen on it. Literally being. I'm not keen. I'm not keen on the Halloween references in the episode. What was it? Trick or treat. What does he have?
Halloween Trick or Treat,
Halloween.
and
Trick
then
or treat.
Trick or Treat Doctor.
I
It's
really
so
hated it.
cringe.
I hate it so much.
I like the design for the villain, and I think the villain in this is really interesting. The
What's the
issue
villain
is
in
they
this?
the um oh, what's his name? The
How?
crystal dude.
Oh, the crystal dude.
Yeah, the bad guy.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Oh, what's his name?
Swarm.
Swarm. Yes, Swarm is a really interesting villain. The problem is him and the other crystal weird
Azure.
woman Azure um become really flat in like the third or fourth episode.
Yeah. There's good setup there, but
It's good.
it really loses me when Swarm turns up on that island, and
Mm.
kills that bloke, but then collects her and then says, "Hello, my sister," and then she becomes like him. So,
I don't know.
and also, how did he come to be?
We'll never know. Um,
It's so daft.
but this episode, we only have Yaz as a companion for a little bit, and has
Which
been
is fine
adventuring with the
because it
Doctor.
means we don't have a bloated cast.
Yes, also means Yaz can actually get a little bit more characterization and screen time.
And she actually does a
Um,
fair bit in this episode, which
she does a fair
is
bit.
nice.
Uh, she also has some decent lines, and there was one moment which I still do laugh at, where she talks to herself about what she should do and how the Doctor doesn't communicate well with her at all.
Yeah.
I like that there's actual conflict there between the two of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
then your
John
boy,
Bishop. Oh,
John Bishop,
yep.
introduced.
Well, he's just John Bishop, isn't he? In this, let's be honest.
He's a terrible
He,
actor, bless
he's
him.
he's awful, but he has such a good vibe on him. I don't know how to
He has a good
describe it.
vibe. I
Yeah.
don't mind Dan. Carvanista is
Carvanista's
okay.
just a big dog.
He's a big dog.
Have you
Um,
heard Chris Chibnall's reasoning for putting Carvanista there?
no.
I believe what he said was Carvanista was based on having a dog. Like, yeah? What does that mean? Carvanista's
Uh,
based on having a dog. Thanks, Chris.
um, yeah, this episode's okay. It's serviceable. It's fun.
I
The
love
angels are in there.
I love how they did the cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, the cliffhanger's pretty
Oh
decent.
yeah, no,
I
we forgot to
remember
talk about Diane and Vinda.
Diana Vinder. Vinder is interesting vaguely. He becomes more interesting as the series goes on.
Mm.
Diane, again,
Is
the same thing.
Diane's just the love interest who doesn't get anything.
Yeah.
There really is
Um,
just nothing else to that character, which is a shame.
it's a fine, serviceable episode that I still do rewatch.
Yeah, and I wish Vinda, like Jacob Anderson, I wish he got better stuff.
I do as well because he could have been a really interesting
This
character.
this guy knew what a TARDIS was.
Yeah.
How does he know that? I want to know. I want to know his backstory. I want to know who he worked for. Well, I
Well, we
mean,
know who he
he worked
worked
for
for.
himself, but I want to know how he knows all this.
Um, the next episode, visually, probably the best in this series.
I love the design of the Sontarans.
Sontarans look great. The problem is their characterization is awful because
They're
they're
just
very on the
comedic
nose.
They're just comic relief again, like Moffat made them, and I don't
They're
like it.
they're comic relief, but also they're they're
It's
very
weird, but it's
one
weird
note.
because Chris Chibnall tries to make them way too funny, but then way too serious at random points.
Yeah. Like, whereas in the Sontaran stratagem, they aren't too on the nose. They're
Yeah.
just on the nose enough for what Sontarans are, but in this they're just insufferable.
I feel like the comedy just comes from their appearance in the Sontaran stratagem, though, and just the way they are. They like the
Yeah,
Sontarans themselves aren't cracking the jokes,
yeah.
and I prefer that.
Um, Also, again, I love a lot of the visuals. I like the setting for this episode. It's
Yeah,
uh,
I like the Crimean War stuff.
it's an interesting era.
We
There's a
meet,
big battle,
yes, there is, and it looks really good.
but this episode shows its true colors with poor characterization, where the general does something where you can see coming from a mile off, which is really boring. And yeah, this episode just it has a lot of setup, and the payoff is it's just disappointing. And then all the Sontarans leave just because the Doctor said bog off, where the Sontarans could literally evaporate this entire planet within seconds,
Yeah, and they
but
would have.
don't. It's an easy, quick conclusion, which is what Chibnall always does, unfortunately.
We see Dan's parents for the first and only time.
Oh, is this the episode with the walk?
Yes, it's where he sneaks on board and starts going on about, "I've got to walk. I'm gonna walk right out of here," or whatever the bloody hell he says.
I love that moment because I've always said ever since Tangled, the movie,
Mm.
where one of the characters uses a frying pan as a weapon, I've
Yeah.
always loved that idea, and the fact that it got into Doctor Who, brilliant.
How'd you like that, eh? Pan fried Sontar, and now I'm gonna walk right out of here.
Evil Dan.
He's so
Evil.
bad, but he's just vibes.
He's vibes. This
Yeah,
this series is just vibes.
wouldn't go that far. Um,
No, I didn't say they were all good.
okay, fair enough. What comes
Grand
after
Serpent.
this? Oh, Grand Serpent, yeah.
Yeah, Grand Serpent is in Once Upon a Time.
I'm not a fan.
I don't mind the Grand Serpent. Again, there's the issue with this series is that there's so much setup, and that setup is pretty good, pretty solid.
The Grand Serpent could have been a far more interesting character.
Yes,
Like his other name is Prentice, isn't it? I think.
I don't remember.
But then he starts. What? How does he kill people? Because I know he kills people in Unit or something, or he kills somebody. We see 1970s Unit. I love that.
Yeah, I love 1970s unit.
We can hear the Brigadier's voice in a scene,
Hmm.
which is good. I like we're
Um,
seeing 70s Unit in HD.
yeah, this episode I don't remember. It's the episode where I don't remember pretty much anything of other than Grand Serpent. Kind of cool. More Vinga
I know
stuff.
the Weeping Angels are teased and they start appearing in the episode. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
they're teased more in this
there's
one.
that scene where Yaz is playing a video game on a TV, and then the Weeping Angels just start appearing in the game.
Yeah. Oh
Really
yeah.
weird. Like
Oh
they're
my
so
god.
strange. But then of course we do get a proper Weeping Angel in the TARDIS for the cliffhanger,
Hmm.
leading into. Can we talk about the cliffhangers in this series? It was so good having weekly cliffhangers because the episodes were naff, but you had so much to sort of look forward to, I suppose.
I feel like that's my biggest issue looking back is the cliffhanger is the only reason why you watch the next episode instead of being
Yeah,
invested.
but I like cliffhangers in Doctor Who.
I like cliffhangers, but the problem is this didn't need all those cliffhangers because it's a
No,
contained story, 6 episodes. It doesn't require much work to or commitment for, but it's
mm.
just like I don't know. I don't like too many cliffhangers. Um, but Village of the Angels.
Again, another genuinely good episode in the Chibnall era.
I haven't seen this episode since it aired. So
It's really good, but there are some issues like the Doctor putting the Weeping Angels on a TV, but then being shocked when they become realized in person. Even though we know that an image of an angel becomes an angel, and then she's surprised about that for some reason when she puts them on the TV.
Yeah.
That is really weird.
I remember this episode being scary, and I loved that.
Oh,
And
I love the horror side of.
this is the only episode of Chibnall's Era where I have this a rate rated a 9 when it came out.
Dan and Yaz trapped in a different time period, I think.
Yes.
Because that's all in a different time period, because they've been quantum extracted, I think.
Yeah. This episode takes place in 67, and then Yaz and Dan is like 1800s or something.
I don't know.
I know it's far in the past. And I feel like this is a
Yeah.
decent segue to the next episode, but also the ending cliffhanger for Village of the Angels.
It's a good cliffhanger. Even if the resolution in the next episode is nothing.
Yeah.
I really like the twist of it being division
Mm,
and the Doctor being recalled and then actually turning into a weeping angel.
that was cool.
Even if it did look a bit goofy, it was a good idea. Turns out it was just transportation.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they were gonna go somewhere with that, but it was just transportation.
It's a real shame because we go from the best episode of Chibnall Era to one of the worst.
Yep, survivors of the flux.
Again, decent concept for an episode. They've been traveling for a while, but it just falls apart.
Well,
Nothing makes sense.
I-
Why are the bad guys there?
We've been trapped here for 5 years. How are we gonna get back? You weren't asking that 5 years ago when you were trapped?
5 years? 5 years. Jesus. And they've not changed at all.
It may have been 7 years. I can't remember, but I can't remember. But
It was a long
they've
time.
been there with Jericho for years. In my opinion, the three of them are far more interesting than the Doctor and Division. But there we go. And like the whole episode is oh yeah, Belle and Vinda, that whole love story.
Oh my gosh. Bell and Vindel went nowhere.
It didn't. In fact, there's probably no point in bringing it up.
The Flux went nowhere. That's the biggest downer, is that it
Yeah.
went nowhere.
I don't like how the twist is that Swarm and Azure were the ones controlling the Flux, or I don't know what it was.
I forgot even that.
And they did it, and they kept doing it because apparently the Doctor could feel it happen, and they just wanted to make her suffer. I don't know how the Doctor could feel the flux happening, but okay.
What's the Flux?
You should know, you're part of it.
I will say, the marketing for the Flux is really cool.
The marketing was fine, but they started deleting their socials.
Yeah. That was strange.
Why did, it was like the YouTube, the Instagram, the Twitter, all of it was gone. It just confused people. People weren't wondering, like, oh, is this series related? People were like, did they get banned? What have they done? But no, that was a weird bit of the marketing. I remember another part of it was the logo getting more deteriorated on the socials.
That was cool.
The more the series went on, I like that. That was good.
Conclusion to Flux.
There's not much to say. Jericho gets killed, which is like the most emotion I felt during this because he was genuinely an okay character.
I forgot that even happened, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, he gets killed basically sacrificing himself. Not basically, literally.
Literally.
Yeah. I gotta stop saying basically because it's not basic. In fact, no, it is.
Basic. I think this. Oh.
I don't.
Okay.
Okay, well, at least it's not in C.
It's not C, but I think it might be better than 7A.
I really don't know, man. I don't know if.
The thing is, I enjoy Flux more than 7A. Like 7A is like pretty decently written all the way through, but it's not enjoyable.
No.
Whereas this is, we can leave it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's in D anyway, so...
Yeah, it manages to get into D.
Yeah, it gets above Series 12 and 11, which is the point.
Yeah. There's a lot.
So,
I do go back to Flux. I think I go back to Flux more than Series 7.
hmm.
Which is saying a lot.
Well, to be fair, Flux is, like, deliberately bingeable, so...
Yeah.
I like it for that sort of, format, I guess. But I
Okay.
do like my Monster of the Week Doctor Who better. So, the
Okay.
2022 specials and, Eve of the
2022
Daleks.
specials. Eve of the Daleks was fun.
It's alright. It's
And
it's better than the other Dalek specials in this era.
yes, it's the best of the Daleks, has more. I can't speak. Has. What's the word that I could use here? Entertaining cast of characters.
The
than
cast are
the previous
fine.
ones.
The characters are incredibly annoying. The guy's a fucking weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah.
And I was questioning what I was watching, but
It
the
derailed a bit.
comedian, what I can't remember her name.
Ailing. I can't remember.
Hold on, let me check. I've got the IMDb up. I can.
I know she's
England
Irish.
Bia.
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
All I
I'm very
know is
sorry.
that she's Irish.
All I know is I really liked her character and thought she was funny.
Mm.
And was more interesting than the companions and the Doctor in this entire episode.
Everybody who wasn't Dan Lewis annoyed me.
Yeah.
Dan Lewis having a brawl with a Dalek was entertaining.
Peak cinema.
Yeah. Dan Lewis being the one to bring out Yaz's love for the Doctor. What do we think? What do we think of that?
I don't mind companions falling in love with the Doctor.
Companions falling in love with the Doctor is fine, but not the other way around.
It's how you write it and how the Doctor responds.
I know people were accusing Chris Chibnall of queer baiting, whatever the hell that means.
I know what it means. But it's not queer baiting.
No, I don't. I wouldn't have thought so.
It's like any time the Doctor, like a character loves the Doctor can never be with them.
I like because the Doctor even says that.
Predominantly is asexual. The Doctor has had feelings with people before, and I mean is married to River. Like, you know, that's one of the I think few exceptions people have is Doctor and River. But no, it's not queer baiting. It's like the Doctor can't have a relationship with someone.
Yeah,
because
that's always
that
been a
pains
thread.
them more.
That was a thing with Rose as well.
Yeah,
the Doctor can't do that.
If the Doctor has a relationship with a companion, and if anything happens to them, the pain is worse.
River Song quite literally is an exception. I'm not a fan of it, but it's possible.
Yeah. But I'm very fine with Yaz being in love with the Doctor.
I was never a fan of it because it was people that came up with that ship in 2018, and Chibnall was going, "Oh yeah, we'll have a bit of that in there."
Yeah.
It did feel very. Oh well. Some people on Twinter. On Twinter? What the fuck is
Twinter?
What's Twinter? Twinter is coming.
No.
Some people on Twinter. Oh, I said it again.
Twitter.
Just
give up. Give up.
Some
give
people.
Up.
Pimple.
You've lost it. Even the Daleks is meh. Moving on.
It is. Okay. Legend of the Sea Devils. Fuck that. Power of the Doctor.
Legend of the Sea Devils, one of the worst ever episodes of Doctor Who.
Genuinely abysmal television. And you know it's abysmal when a repeat of the Antiques Roadshow on BBC Two gets more overnight ratings. Power of the Doctor.
Bad episode.
What terrible story. So convoluted. But I'm a sucker for the 5th and 7th Doctor. So
companions, Dan's just like, I can't be here.
I will say, Tegan and Ace are actually not too bad in this episode.
I don't remember. I've tried to block this episode out of my memory as much as
Fair
possible.
enough. I don't know why the
It-
Master's Rasputin. What happens to real Rasputin? Is he the real Rasputin? We don't know.
I don't care.
We
but
never find out.
We got Rasputin dance
Uh,
for the second time, I think, in 2022 because of the King's Man came out.
Oh,
Um,
that makes
that
sense as
happened there.
to why the song was on a lot of stuff at that point. I kept hearing it.
Regeneration, possibly the angriest I've been at a regeneration.
Especially because Jodie Whittaker wasn't even in the episode that much.
Yeah, I remember feeling absolutely nothing when David Tennant appeared.
I remember being so excited because David Tennant was back. But then the Star Beast came out. Anyway,
I had some excitement. Of course I did because it was David Tennant, but I was just like, I would have liked someone else.
yeah, I just think it should have been somebody new entirely. It should have been Shootigawa, but we never had that.
I feel like Shooty should have been put on the back burner because of how busy he was. I
Fair
think if
enough.
we had somebody else as the Doctor for 3 seasons, it would have been fine because his schedule might have opened up. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what else to say about Power of the Doctor. The Master, like, trying to replace the Doctor to make the Doctor look bad is so convoluted and pointless. Because the
Yeah.
Master could just dress like the Doctor anyway and trap the Doctor somewhere. But
Exactly.
no, they do a forced regeneration for some reason and make a knockoff Death Star. What was that about?
I also, and this is kind of ties into the regeneration. It's what Russell T Davies said when he couldn't see David Tennant being in Jodie Whittaker's outfit because he would have seen it as drag, even though Jodie Whittaker's outfit is supposed to be
It
androgynous.
was designed so that anybody can wear it.
And also in the same episode, we saw the Master in her outfit, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's just a ridiculous comment.
It's Russell's way of thinking. I don't know why he always has to mend things that don't need to be mended.
Do we want to put this above Series 11?
I'd say, yeah, put above Series 11.
Oh, actually, it's less episodes. We'll put it below.
Fair enough. I mean, they're worse quality, to be fair.
Yeah.